If you're trying to lose weight and you can't, there may be a reason. Two new studies show if food is labeled with something that sounds healthy, we tend to eat more of it and underestimate calories.
It is called the healthy halo effect. It may be blowing your diet. Samantha Heller is a senior clinical nutritionist at New York University's Langone Medical Center. And before you say a word, as you sat down, Nora O'Donnell, Miss Fit, said, "Can you help me lose 5 pounds?" And we all had to say, "From where?"
Her earlobes.
So Nora, you'll be listening with both ears at this part of the conversation.
I only said that we were all in agreement on the food issue, only because I haven't exercised in like 2 weeks because of this punishing schedule. So, but that's all. But this is about a really important study,
yes,
which we all find so fascinating because labels can be so deceiving. You see sugar-free and people think it has no calories.
Or right. gluten-free. Or healthy.
Right. Well, gluten-free is a big one right nowadays, but a candy bar is gluten-free. Ice cream is gluten-free. And then people think they can eat as much of this healthy food as they want and not gain weight or suffer from any of the deleterious effects like high cholesterol or high blood pressure. So reading labels is important, but you have to know what to look for on the label.
I always say everything in moderation myself.
So he's joking again. This is part of our, because I always say moderation, and Charlie says do everything with passion, but with food.
You're right, moderation.
I agree, yeah.
But I once interviewed somebody, an actor, and he was remarkably in great shape, and he said, one of the things I did is I started eating half of what I was eating.
Right. One of these studies was showing that they looked at 3,000 people in the Northeast. They looked at 6 chain restaurants like McDonald's and Burger King, and they had people estimate how many calories they were eating, and almost everyone underestimated their calories, and most of the people underestimated the calories, especially from Subway, because Subway is perceived as a healthier option.
That's right. We've all seen the Jared commercial. So how many calories should we be eating per day? I know it varies.
It varies with age, height, weight, physical activity, but somewhere between 1,600 and 2,000 calories a day. But honestly, we tend to eat a lot more than that, and we don't realize it.
So if 1,600 to 2,000, what do most people, how much more do they go over that?
Well, anywhere from 500 to 1,000 more. You can go out to eat and have a meal you think is healthy. It could be 3,000 calories, and you wouldn't have any idea that it was that many calories.
Under Obamacare, it will now require that all chain restaurants list how many calories each food item is. Do you think that's a good idea?
Well, I think it's a great idea. Studies have had conflicting results. Some studies have shown that it didn't make any difference, but then I talked to people, and some studies have shown, Gail and I were talking about this.
It makes a difference to me.
You look at something, you see it's 700
choices.
calories, and then there's a 200-calorie option. I think it will make a difference.
But your rule is good for anything. It doesn't have to be things that are considered non-fattening by labeling. Like fish is supposed to be good for us. Too much fish is fattening.
Too much of anything, you will gain weight. So too much of a healthy food, you'll gain weight. Too much of an unhealthy food, you'll gain weight. And the same with losing weight. So you want to lose weight eating healthy foods.
Samantha, somebody told me if you just take 3 bites of something, you really can be satisfied. That has not been my experience. But do you think that's true? Do you think that's true?
Well, clearly it's not.
Yes. What you're trying to say. No, but someone said if you just eat 3 bites, you're okay.
Well, for some people, we stop tasting the food at the 4th or 5th bite. So you want to be thoughtful.
So what's your best
eating.
advice for losing weight?
I like people to write everything down, put things in an app, read your labels.
Thank you, Samantha Heller.